Oh, man. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. It's time for that weekly Mod Collection Demo Shop update. Starting right into the Mod Collection, we have a standard 60s in what they call Gem Prism Sparkle. But if it's not the finish that grabs your attention at first, it's actually the fact that this is a lefty Les Paul, and you've got a cool clear pick guard. But I would say the color name is pretty self-explanatory. You've got your Prism Sparkle, so it's kind of like the Ebony Prism Modern Flying V, how it has that whole rainbow effect to it. But this time, it's done over top of a silver. I could see Taylor Swift or somebody playing this thing on stage. And you've got the clear style knobs that you find on the modern Les Pauls. And no poker chip with a metal switch tip, okay. But whoa, okay, nice. I did not see this on launch day. I just thought it was a boring black back, and we're going back into the early 2000s when sparkle was totally in. You've got the chromatic back. That just saved this thing infinitely. However, since we've got these clear control back plates, we can see that they've rewired it custom shop 50 style with bumblebee caps. Although it looks like they left the Gibson USA base plate, I feel they should have removed that so we could have saw some more of the sparkle finish. That's a pretty special piece. Now I totally understand why there was at least a $400 premium on that. But if sparkle's not your thing, how about electric green satin? As far as custom color LP specials go, this thing's pretty cool. It reminds me of like a juicy lime. Mix that with the black accents, you just need black binding along the neck. And it was a complete refinish. But now we've got a 335 in Thai Tea Fade. I'm not a big fan of this one. It looks more like those Epiphone fade finishes. But you've got it on a Gibson this time. But if you actually look at some Thai iced tea, yeah, you've got these colors, so that might appeal to somebody who drinks exotic beverages. But then interestingly enough, your back is just an amber color, and then you've got your regular mahogany colored neck. And man, somebody at the Mod Collection was thirsty this week. We've got Stout Burst over here. I like this one a little bit more. You've got a painted pick guard that has a burst color. You've got P94 pickups over here with wooden toppers and a nice bursted finish and those dark ambered over knobs. And ooh, nice, the full treatment, back, neck, and headstock bursted. And that looks like a gloss refin to me. I guess I'm not really that shocked that the SG sold and the 335 is currently still available. But now the one that we have a story to share tonight, the Les Paul Custom VOS Red Whirl finish. When I first saw it, I just thought, okay, boring red guitar. So when I actually clicked on it, I found out, okay, it's kind of like those bowling ball swirl finishes. So it's not just a pure red like I thought and you just have uncovered humbuckers. This actually had something going for it. But you guys know me, it has to have more than one unique feature to it to give it the it factor. And for me on this one, it was the matching swirled headstock. So it's kind of like the Nashville Flood commemorative Les Paul Studios, where it initially had like a really cool blue swirl. It was inspired off of what they found on the custom shop floor after the floodwaters that came down. They ended up doing a couple of different ones of those finishes, but this time it's on a custom shop Les Paul custom. So that made me think, okay, yeah, I might be interested in this. But then I flipped it over to the back and saw we also have the red swirl stinger? Yes! I mean, the rest of the back was apparently just black, but okay. I haven't bought anything from the Mod Collection in a while since they started collecting taxes. So I bit the bullet, paid the $5,700 for it, but instead of the usual confirmation email, I got this: your order is under review. So I took this as a bad sign, but again, I haven't purchased from the Mod Shop in months. Maybe this is just the generic email they send out to everybody just in case they take a double order or there's a glitch on their website. But needless to say, the next day when I got a cancellation email from them, I wasn't all that surprised. And I did email them back saying, you got anything you could replace it with? Because from a business standpoint, to refund a customer, you're still going to lose out on the credit card payment fees. So I think it'd be a good idea for Gibson to start offering a replacement or a refund in situations where they don't have the guitar to give to you anymore. I understand they probably don't have a huge backlog of Mod Collection guitars. They probably make them week to week. But some sort of a guitar offer might result in them getting more sales. I suppose at the same time, somebody might say, oh, bait and switch. So maybe that's why they don't. So overall, I'm not that sad about it. I just would have documented it and moved it on to a new home. But it is a funny tale to share. But hey, I told you guys they were thirsty. Here's a toasted root beer finish. Once again, a left-handed Les Paul Studio. I suppose the toastedness comes from our black border. And then you've just got your regular root beerish flavor. But then, oh, the gold hardware works good with that. And this must be the old-time formula because you've got the pre-war Gibson logo. But if you need that in mother of pearl, check out Guitar of the Week number 33. We just recently reviewed it. The standard 50s was done up in flaming red. Kind of reminds me of the GT Les Pauls, where you can find some with the ghost flames or you find the Guitar of the Week version that doesn't have it. It's just a really blinding red finish. So blinding, in fact, you can hardly tell that the bridge pickup has been uncovered. But the real unique feature of this one is the fact that you've got a red stinger on the back. Just makes it a little bit more fancy. And you've got the black edges to complement that really bright top. They give it to you at a discount, so you might as well. And then on Gibson's website, they offer an exclusive deep purple finish, but they called this one shallow purple, which I just found to be a funny play on words, but I hate to say it, I think I like shallow purple better than deep purple. You can actually tell it's purple in most lighting situations. I'd be curious to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Does this need to be a new Gibson.com exclusive? Especially the back, that's really vibrant and poppin'. And then we have a lizard burst. This finish reminds me of something like maybe a really extremely faded out normal burst color, but has a dark green to yellow fade to it. It's not my favorite color combination in the world, but it has a vibe. But I honestly like the back even better. It's the bright red in your face, extended long stinger. They're just doing stingers on everything nowadays. But I like the wood grain that they've got going on here. I feel like this one needs a black painted heel cap. But if you like those wooden covers on the P94 pickup, check out this one. It's blue covers on P94 pickups, this time in an SG standard custom shop style. And hey, why not? Let's throw a TP6 tailpiece on here for good measure. No stingers this time, but a full-on gloss refin. That's pretty slick. Then to wrap things up, we've got a Goldtop 335. It's a 335, and it's gold, and you've got cream plastics. And then they lied to you. It's not a Goldtop, it's an all-gold body, but with a red neck. I'm curious, is it red on the sides? Oh, it is. Gives you the interesting ketchup mustard vibes. At least that makes it different from the other all-gold 335s we've seen in the past as production models. Pretty good week. Let's check out the demo shop, USA side first. A lot of signature models this time was kind of the theme, but what stood out to me was this left-handed Les Paul Jr. I mean, $1,300, not bad price. But the fact that it didn't get the right tortoiseshell pickguard and it's just the regular ebony one that you find on the burst makes this look so different. At first I questioned if there even was a pickguard there. And the answer is yes. Yes, there is one. There was a 59 reissue for $5,400. Gotta remember, these things are like $6,800-ish brand new, so being able to get that discount and a nice top. I like the ringiness under here and then the wide flame. And the aniline dyes don't look too crazily overdone on that one. This is just nice. I mean, it's got a couple of light scratches, but most brand new Gibson guitars do have that due to the VOS finish. I would assume this is what landed it in the demo shop rather than imperfections in the finish. I can live with that for that much money off. This Appetite Les Paul has a very nice top, and at $2,600, you really can't go wrong. If you miss out on that one, I am actually having a sale on my website right now, troglysguitarshow.com. I guarantee you, this is a fantastic top in person, and I'm only $99 more than the demo shop, but you don't have to worry about the demo stamp if that bugs you. Then the other signature model that stood out to me is the Orianthe SJ200. These have been out for a couple of years. I think they're just regular production models. They didn't necessarily limit them. I never ended up doing the review and demo on this, but why I wanted to share it was, it looks like Orianthe signed this one, and I don't believe that is a feature on these. So there's gotta be some sort of a story here. We also saw the very first Greeny USA standard in the demo shop, and holy cow, that was a great deal. $2,600. Now granted, these things aren't going for a premium on the used market anymore, and they've started to come in stock again, but $3,200 down to this, and you get one that has an awesome top? Yeah, that's not too bad, but what was wrong with this one? There's a ding in the top, small ding back here. Nothing that wouldn't happen to your satin finish guitar anyways. They also had a pretty fair price on one of the Adam Jones Les Paul standards. And then let's take a second to really bow down to this Slash model. That was a great deal. I mean, that almost looks like the custom shop tops. That is a good flame top on one of these. And it's the particularly darker color, because that's the thing about these AFDs. I've had about 3 or 4 of them from the new Slash collection, and the color does wildly vary example to example. That one's got the hue perfect in my opinion. But now we'll check things out on the European side of things, starting with the Netherlands demo shop. They had an interesting 59 reissue themselves, but it was even cheaper, $4,700, including value-added tax. It's not the craziest top in the world, but it's still pretty good. But we've got this weird discoloration in the finish right here. Like maybe it got contaminated when they were spraying a different guitar. It kind of just reminds me of like a non-faded area. Like maybe the lore could go, there was a sticker down here and the rest of the burst faded out, but this area did not. So you could explain it if you wanted to. The aniline dyes are very, very faded on that one. You don't have a Les Paul modeled silkscreen on the headstock. And why do they have Gibson USA truss rod cover on here? That looks so out of place. And then this inlay had some weird colorations to it. And we've got a long impression here and some other scratches. And then like this weird E engraved into the back of the guitar. And some other deeper scratches. And dings, looks like a little bit of orange peel in the finish. I mean, they might as well just call it Murphy aged at this point. But that's probably what really landed this in the demo shop. Here's a 58 in a fade finish. You don't see that too often. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I wanted to hear your guys' opinions. That whole Fallout burst. But this absolutely took my breath away. 60th anniversary R9, so that puts us back to 2019. They were $6,500 back then. And this awesome top, $5,000 including everything, that was an absolute steal for someone. That is gorgeous. That's my ideal flame top. However, you do have a little bit more burst than you normally have, but it still looks great. And it's got the super dyed neck, if that's what you're into. That was a winner for someone. I don't even see anything that wrong with it that I don't see normally. There's also this USA 70s Deluxe. It's got some interesting wood grain to it. They decided to throw a P90 in the neck position for good measure, leave the mini humbucker in the bridge. Works for me. There's an interesting Parlor Rosewood AG guitar. Kind of looks like a shrunken down J200. But oh, okay, you can see it was picked quite heavily, so that was definitely a display piece for them. But it's got some cool rosewood grain on the back. That's the thing about the European demo shop, they always have really cool acoustics. Like check out this LOO genuine mahogany. Got a mahogany top, when's the last time you seen that on an acoustic? Granted, I don't take a look at many acoustics, but usually I'm used to seeing spruce, maybe the occasional maple, but just straight up mahogany, looks cool to me. We had a Blueberry Burst Les Paul Classic Plus. It was like $1,700, everything all in. That's probably the ugliest truss rod cover I've seen in a while, but it is what it is. And then lastly, for $1,550, a nice wood-grained Les Paul Classic. And to round out our episode tonight, we've got the UK demo shop, supposedly over in London. They had a lefty white Les Paul Studio that I thought was kind of interesting. A modified lefty Silverburst custom with zebra bobbin pickups and gold hardware. Ugh. I'm not a big fan of these mods, but you know, it is what it is. And then they had one of these Dave Mustaine custom shop V's in the VOS finish. I thought, how on earth are they offering it for $6,000? That is ridiculous. Shipping, value-added tax, everything included. That is a really, really, really good price. So naturally, I had to go through here. You'd have to live with the demo stamp. But the strangest thing is, whatever's going on here. Is that a crack? Is it a scratch? I thought, is that the seam line of the neck where they piece on the wood? But usually those run not exactly at that angle. It's possible that is what it is, but more information would need to be known because it might just be stemming from this. And you've got other various scratches back here, but it looks like Dave Mustaine number 16 out of 75 of these has some blemishes. I can't beat this price, but I am having a sale on one of these on my website as well. And then speaking of ridiculous sales, I missed this one last week. There was an Adam Jones 1979 for sale to the London guys for under retail. And if you know anything about the Adam Jones run, these things instantly became worth double, sometimes even more. The original VOS usually sells in today's market between $10,000 and $12,000 though. So the fact that they just gave it away for under $6,000 is just ridiculous. That is easily a $12,000 guitar in their market. So congratulations, whoever just got a free $6,000. However, we just recently saw this at the European demo shop, and I don't think I saw that one get flipped, so hopefully it found a buyer who just wanted one and got a great deal. It does look like there's a giant ding on the neck though, so maybe that's more like a $8,000 example. Yeah, it's got the finish checking. That's gonna make somebody a really happy player, if you don't mind living with the demo stamp. And as always, I'm looking for the stolen ones. Gotta check the serial number. Nope, it's not one of them. Alright, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care. If you enjoyed tonight's episode, consider subscribing. I post videos like this every day. And you might even enjoy this next one.